My name is Grace Omobolanle, and I am here today thanks to Relay Rights to this opportunity to be sharing my story to the world. Thank you very much, ma. I am so grateful. I want to be talking about the abuse I went through from my childhood with my stepmother. And so growing up, I realized that my father was still alive before he died, together with my stepmother. My father had 5 wives. My mother was the fourth wife. But I wasn't with her. I was with my father and my stepmother, which was the last wife. So growing up, when my father was still alive, everything was perfect. So there are some things I was noticing, but those things are normal. Even sometimes when I go with your mother, you feel like, maybe this woman is not my mother because of some things she'll be doing. So it's just normal. Until my father died. Even before that, there was a time my father was very, very sick, and he has a one-sided stroke, and he was lying on the floor, like couldn't do anything. So that morning, it was a morning, I was dressing up for school in the bedroom. Nobody knows I was in the bedroom, and he was lying down in the sitting room. So he was speaking with his younger sister and was like, if this sickness kills him, that it's me. He was mentioning my name, that it's me that will be left alone. There will be no father, there will be no mother, and then I'm going to suffer because he knows things will change, blah, 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 if he dies. So but the younger sister was just telling him, don't do that, don't say that, you stay alive to take care of what. But my father was this young man. I could never even face him and ask questions. Oh, Daddy, I heard you saying this. So, is she not my mother? I could not ask any questions. It was when my father died that I was now hearing different stories that confirmed what I heard that day when my father was talking to his younger sister. And friends, my father's friends, people that came to sympathize with us and my father is dead. We're not telling me, oh, poor girl, you'll be the only one left, and this and that. And your mother was your father's favorite. So it was there I was now hearing that because she was my father's favorite, because of that. And then she got pregnant for my father, and the other wives got jealous and they made her mad. So she was pregnant of me while she was having the mental issue, and so I said that she's always going away from the house. They'll go and bring her back, she'll still go again until she gave birth to me in a very dirty place, and they had to go and bring her home, and they managed to do the naming. She could not stay, she would just be going away every time, and they said later they now heard that she was dead. So I don't know where she's from, I don't know what she looks like, I don't know her name, I don't know anything about my mother. Till today, I don't know who my mother is at all. And that became a mystery. People were asking, didn't my father tell anybody anything about where my mother is from? So life continues. I don't know my mother, but I still always believe that my stepmother was my mother. I still always continue to call her my mother. When she even told me, I'm not your mother is mad, she's dead, and then whatever. But I still continue to call her my mother. Even with all the maltreatment she gave me after the burial and everything, I was still calling her my mother. So it came to a point, life was very difficult. I could not feed and all that. But there was a tenant in my father's house. My stepmother said, this man likes me and he wanted to marry me, according to me. I was just 17, 18. And this man was 30 years old. And I could not even think about that, like, how? So I was telling my mother, like my stepmother, I used to call her my mother, that I can't do this. I can't be sleeping with a 30-year-old man. I was even a virgin then. I've never slept with a man before. How is this possible? She doesn't even want to hear. She had always believed that I've been sleeping with men. So, and I was telling her, trying to convince her, I've never slept with a man before. She didn't believe. Because this man promised to be giving us money to feed myself, my stepmother's children, and also herself. This went on for weeks. We were just struggling. I would cry. There was nobody. Even my father's younger sister was in that house. She could not do anything. There was nobody to talk to. My stepmother would let this man to come to our room in the midnight to come and sleep with me. I would struggle until he got angry. Once I gave him my stepmother money, and then he has not even found his way with me to have sex with me. And I was like going mad, like. Until he finally had his way one night, and he was actually shocked that I was a virgin, contrary to what my stepmother always tell him. The sex continued with the man. Every time we had sex, he would give my stepmother money. I noticed that anytime we have sex, this man would give me a pill. I don't know the name, very tiny. I don't know the name then. Very tiny, he would give it to me. I would take it, sometimes one, sometimes two. Okay? Continues like that. I was just miserable in that house all those times. There was nobody to talk to. I was just there sleeping with a man. They said I should be acting as his wife. I would cook his food. I would be running around. He can slap me at any time he likes. He beats me. My father's younger sister told me that, that's how men are. What? It continued like that until the time I realized that I was having my menstrual period 3-4 times in a month. And even during those periods, this man still keeps sleeping with me, even at that time. He would say, oh, it's fine. So I told him about this, that I've been seeing my menstrual period 3-4 times in a month, and it's not normal. Sometimes when I'm walking on the way and I realize that I can't even hold my urine anymore, I'll feel like I want to use myself, but before just a second and the urine is just down there pouring out from my body. So I said, I have an issue. Itch is in my vagina, and I didn't know what to do, so I begged him. I said, maybe it's because of what you are giving the bitch. He was so angry. He seriously beat me that day. A mirror was broken that day. I can even remember vividly. That he said, why will I say it's because of the piece he was giving me that made me, after all the begging and everything, persuasion days, he agreed to take me to the hospital. When he took me to the hospital and I was taking treatment, so the last day, doctor said he should excuse us. And the doctor told me that I should stop anything I'm having with that man that is going to destroy my life. That I have problem with my womb or whatever. I should just stop whatever I have with him. Got home, I took my stepmother and she was like, no. She already prayed and they said that was my future husband. So he's the person I will be with. I did everything. There was no change and all that. Get to a point, I just wanted to run away. I just wanted to run. I was tired. I called my father's younger sister children, my cousins. I told them to say, my father has given you to this woman before he died, so there's nobody that can take you away from her. And I was just stuck there. So moving forward, I spoke to a friend to go, my secondary school friend, went to the same secondary school to go, and she said she was in Ghana at that time, if I could come to Ghana. And I was like, yes. I want to run away to him, but I was so scared to run away to somewhere close where my stepmother could find me, or the man that was sleeping with me could find me. And I was a very far place. I was ready, but I didn't have transport. My friend made me go to her mother in their house. She already told her mother, give me transport. I went by road, like 24 hours or more. Got to Ghana with my friend and feel refreshed. Life starts all over again. So I told myself I was going to be going to school, I would do this, I would do that. But it wasn't as I planned. Of course, life is not always as planned sometimes. So we're going to a church where I attend with my friend. My friend was staying with a woman. And so we're 3 ladies in that house then. So we're attending a church. I was a singer. And there's this guy. He was a drummer, drums in the choir too in that church. So we're just there, and I spoke to the pastor. I just came, and everybody knows this girl in the choir. So it gets to a point, this guy that drums be seeing us off and then following us home, telling that the auntie we stay with, myself and my friend stay with, that he likes me, and then he wants to. Just told myself that not men issue again. But at a point in life, he told me that you need a guy that will help you, because the person I was staying with then, it was not really okay then. We were selling some fruits. It was not really rosy. We were there, and we would be coming around. So it got to a point, my friend had to leave Ghana. The auntie we were staying with had to leave to Sierra Leone. So there was nowhere I could stay, and I was already dating this guy. So I had to start staying with him, and then all that. So I was staying with him. I was noticing many things from him, but at that time, he was my savior. Anything that comes from him, we always be like, oh, I'll just overlook it. Like, it will be fine, you will change, you apologize. Get angry, you slap you one time, apologize, so it will not happen again. My friend got to know about this guy, and people in the church were talking about him. He was not a good guy, and he was dating a girl in the church then, and the girl was pregnant for him. He got angry, he beat the girl, and the girl lost the pregnancy, and then all that. I was hearing all this, I was still not ready to leave. Ask me why, I don't know. Like, where will you start from? And that was my issue then. You hear this about him, he drinks, he smokes, he whatever, he even do drugs. I don't want to know. Fine, anytime I ask him, be like, it's a lie. They are lying. He was so smart with his game then that I really could not detect what he was doing. There was a time I found that I actually smoked and all that, and he was so bad, crying. I'm sorry, I'll not do that again. It was because of this and that. He gave an excuse of why he did that. So moving on, I got pregnant for him. So when I got pregnant, I had to tell them I was pregnant, we're coming home for one or two things to do. So cut it short, we came, we do one or two things. We were really not okay then. I went, some people was not really okay. During the event of there were so many signs that would make me say that this man was not just the right man. This man was going to be a monster or what. But I would just overlook it. Like, I would even be the one begging, even when it's wrong. But I just because you just feel like, where will you start from? I was pregnant then. We came for the wedding here, and he got so angry that he said he's not even going to get married again. He packed his bag. I think the wedding was tomorrow or the next day or something. I begged and begged my friend. There was a friend there that I had. He joined and begged him, and I agreed, okay, he's going to marry. It was like I was at his mercy. To just marry my let everything just ended, because I was just tired of everything. And just and everything would finish. Not knowing that it was just starting afresh. We go back to Ghana, and the abuse was served to me like fresh. He now told me and started me and said, see, all what you heard about me is true. I'm actually a Yahoo guy, but though I've not been seeing money from it, because he really doesn't have anything. So, but now I will settle down, I'll make some money, we'll start a business, and then I'll stop. Okay. At that time, honestly, I don't know anything what Yahoo means. I had to ask him, okay, what does it mean? He showed me, I was like, this is not a good thing. You have to stop. He got some small container, I was selling singlet and boxes, and I'll be going there as I was pregnant. It will be home, doing the Yahoo to make more money. According to him. So anytime I get home, I realize that the house is smelling cigarettes, smoke will fill all over the room, and I'll be like, what is going on here? It got to a point I had to saw particles in the toilet, so obvious. I don't know, maybe he intentionally wants me to know them. That okay, and I had to confront him. He said, yes, you have to be doing that so that you can get high and talk to the clients so that they can bring money. Ha! I was like, you told me you don't do all these things, and that day was hell. I was beating, all my mouth got swollen up. I got wound inside my mouth, and I had to snap some pictures and send to a church member then. And she was so she couldn't even believe it. This guy, we know this guy in church, he couldn't even do that. But he did. And she was like, no. She was advising me, so what can I do? I said, nothing. He apologizes. Anytime there is a beating, you apologize, you never do it again. You hide me in the house, buy some medicine, buy some drugs, get me treated. Sometimes I'll still go with the wound to church, and I'll be like, I'll give some excuses if there's anyone that came to ask me what's wrong with you, because I was singing. I got pregnant of my second child when my first child was 6 months or 5 months old, and I've never got pregnant in my life. Getting pregnant of my first child was the only first pregnancy I have in my life. So getting pregnant again, it was there was no money, nothing was working, and now you are pregnant again. And then, so I have to abort the pregnancy, and I was like, no, I've never aborted before, and I was not ready to abort. I got beaten that many times for the pregnancy to get off me. But anytime I got beaten, wound and bruises, the pregnancy never went off. No. Pregnancy was just there. It will get me treated again. Life continues. This day, I was just ready to tell somebody, this is what I'm going through. And this sister was like, what? like, you're going through all this, what are you going to do? I said, I want to leave. I want to come to Nigeria first. Because there in Ghana, there was nobody I could talk to. I want to come to Nigeria first. Maybe I was going to talk to his own family because my own family was a no-go area. Like, so I was thinking I would speak to his own parents and then he would save me from all this. So the lady sent me transport. I left without him knowing. I took the children with me. We went to the park, took my road again, came back to Nigeria with my 2 children. So it was not easy. Like, my children were just so little and I just had to take them down back to Nigeria because of what I was going through. I got here, I contacted his mother, and my mother was like, oh, I'm so sorry for what you're going through. I didn't know. Oh, you should have told me. He would never let me tell anybody. Seized my phone many times, smashed it, got me locked up, so I couldn't even tell anyone. So I moved from my friend's elder sister's house I was staying, and I now moved to their own house in Mushin, Lagos. And my mother was like, okay, sorry, but you have to go back. I was begging, Mommy, please, I don't want to go back. I call her my mommy, like, she was my mother-in-law, so please, I don't want to go back. Please don't let me go back. I've stayed with this guy 4 years and I don't want to even do it again. Please. She's just like, what will she tell people? People will start saying that her son's wife is here with the children. Why are they here? I said I will rent a place, I will get a place. She should get a place for me. I had no money. She should get a place for me, and then she was just like, no, they will gather money and send me back. After so many talkings from the mother and the father, the siblings, it was also calling, I have changed. I will not do it again. I will not do anything again. We were shouting, I gave him guidelines. You will not do this. You will not tell me to. Because that time he was not telling me that I had to be doing the Yahoo with him, making naked video calls with his clients so that money could come. Because he said the way he was using to talk to them, money wasn't coming. We get him frustrated every time, which makes him beat me every time because he was angry, money wasn't coming. So I said, you will not force me to join you in Yahoo again. You even stop. You let me continue. I was teaching. He was like, yes, I will do everything. The man said, you see, he has changed. I was telling them, and I told them, I remember I told the mother that if anything happened to me, I have nobody. I have no mother, no father. And if anything happened to me, I will never going to forgive you, even in death. She was like, no, nothing will happen. We'll be praying together. Anytime, call me. I'll pray with you. Okay? I took the children back to Ghana. And the first time I got home, oh my God, that was the worst decision of my life. The person that helped me to come to Nigeria the first time, when I told her I was going back, she was like, why would you do that? What was I say? I'm giving my marriage second chance. She should leave me alone. I want to give my marriage second chance. I want to do this. And that second chance was the worst decision of my life. I got locked up with the children in their house, and he was so angry that why would I go home? I'll go and report to his parents, and then now they know what he does. He was so angry. I got beaten in the presence of the children, and the children would just be crying. Neighbors would be knocking the doors, saying you should open the door. You will not answer until you get satisfied. Sometimes throughout the midnight you have conversation, beating, punishment. You plug iron and tell you, and so the Yahoo, tell me that the Yahoo now that he said I will do, I should do it now. This is the time. Wife supports the husband. You have to do anything. Nobody will know. He said he was going to kill me and throw me away, and nobody will ask him. And that's the truth. I was so scared, like I've never been. He's been beating me so many years. I've never been so scared like those times. Like I was so feeling bad that why did I come back? I should have just run from his parents' house. So it got to a point. I got a wisdom. I told him, yes, I will do whatever you ask me to do. I'm ready to do it now. Just teach me what to do. He created a group. He said we'll be snapping the pictures, the naked pictures, and be putting it on the group, and then all that and all that. I realized that I can't even do this. Like, I can't tell him I can't do it. When I realized what I was going to do, I can't do it. I told him, oh, I'm okay. I'll be doing it, whatever. So we seemed fine. And a small thing, I was just looking for another chance to just come out. I just want to go anywhere and just find help. So we got to a point, it wasn't locking us up again until I got my chance to just move out of the house this second time. Again with my children. I moved with my children and straight back here to Accra. I've already contacted some friends that I was going to come in to meet here. It was a whole lot of drama. I got here and like where I was looking, the person I came here to meet, she was like, were you once mad? Like, I was looking so bad. I had to find a place to keep my children, just get myself, because I wasn't even looking fine. I was almost running mad. I kept looking at you like this and I would just be crying, like, I was not okay. So that was when I got to know Grace Orphanage and I took my children there. I went to Ministry of Women Affairs here in Akure. The person I was staying with then, she took me there. I wrote down my stories and they followed me to orphanage that Grace. I'm not here to put down my children for adoption. I just want to keep them for some time for me to get myself settled, and I'll be coming to see them till I can be able to take them with myself. So they agreed, Grace Orphanage agreed with me. They took care of my children. They were there for some months. I'll be coming there sometimes to check them up. And till the time that I was attending Agape Church too. So that was when I get to know that there's a home called Another Chance Home where I can stay and find myself and all that. So I was staying there with some people that were there too. The coordinator that was there, she was so accommodating and loving. She helped me with so many things to heal up at that moment in time. She's still one of my favorites right now. Auntie Sophie, thank you very much. You know I love you so much. Got to a time I had to go for my children too. I went for them and I get a place staying. It has not been easy so far. No mother, no father, no brother, no sister, nobody. With 2 children, that's not really been easy. That's been God helping me. I want to drop this advice for anyone going through any abuse. Please. There is no amount of anything that you're going through in life that will make you succumb to any abuse. Please. I did not have anybody to run to at the time I ran from abusive home. So I am a witness that God can help you. Please, you just have to escape for your life. If I was dead now, I would not be here today sharing this story. Please, if you end up dying in an abusive relationship, abusive marriage, there will be nobody to take care of your children. You will not be there to say your story. You just have to leave, and then so that you can live. Thank you so much for this opportunity once again. I am so happy.
Thank you so much if you stayed to the end of this video. You already know she's a survivor. And I'm just telling everybody, if you're in an abusive relationship, it's really not worth it. It's really not worth it. And if you'd like to meet her, if you'd like to reach out to her, please kindly drop a comment below. And of course, you can have her. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget, be the reason why somebody feels loved. Please, there's a lot going on out there.